What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. If you've watched my episodes more than 15 minutes, and a lot of the shots within the shop, you've seen this little silver car in the background. Generally got stuff thrown on top of it or buried by other cars, what have you. But anyway, we're gonna see if we can get this old girl back up and running and driving today. We've got a local show, like Show and Shine, going on today and tomorrow, about a half an hour north of us. We're gonna see if we can get her running and take her out for everybody to look at. But anyway, she's a 1985 Dodge Daytona, non-turbo, 4-cylinder, 5-speed. And she's been sitting there, I know, at least 2 years, just gathering dust and holding car covers and parts to other cars, whatever. I'm actually quite ashamed of it because she's a beautiful one-owner car. She's got one little whiskey ding here in the front fender, which I'll show you here in a minute. You can also watch back to the car collection video. It's kind of a backstory on the car. But nevertheless, let me get you off the stand, get you over here, kind of show you a little bit about the car, and then we'll go from there, see if we can get her running. This is Busted Radio Garage. All right, guys, like I said, this is a 1985 Dodge Daytona, 4-cylinder, 5-speed, front-wheel drive, non-turbo car. And she's hated on quite a bit because she doesn't have the turbo. I don't care either way. I bought this car, like many of my cars, just off a little like snapshot of a memory when I was a kid. I remember when my mother brought one of these home when I was just a little boy. She didn't have it very long. I think she ended up trading it off for a Mustang or something, but nevertheless, the car is in phenomenal condition with exception to this little ding right here in the front fender. And I've got the replacement fender up there for, oh, it's actually sitting right there for the car. The story goes where I bought it up northern Michigan is a school teacher had bought this car new to commute back and forth to school. And after he retired, he kept the car just to get around, go to the store, do whatever he wanted to do. And he was at a local parts supply or a grocery store, or it's hard telling where he was at, and backed out and caught one of those like parking ballards, the yellow concrete pole sticking out of the ground. And once he'd done that, he realized that, you know, maybe he shouldn't be driving anymore and just quit driving the car. Family put it up for sale. Fast forward, it's here now in Kentucky, and it's been here for probably 5 years now since I've owned it. But we brought it home, stuck it in the collection. We got it out to make that one video for the car collection video, and then I put it back away. So we really haven't done anything to the car. And with all the projects we have here and now commitments to car shows and YouTube and other events, I mean, the car is just forgotten. It literally is forgotten in my own shop. So I thought it'd be cool to get her running, get her driving, get her out on the road. And then we are gonna give this car away to one of you. If any of you have watched the channel here in the last month, we are gonna give away 5 of my personal cars. Actually 3 of my personal cars, and we're gonna buy 2 to give away for the 500,000 and the 1 million subscriber count. But anyway, we're gonna either do this car or Corvette for our first one of 2 cars to give away. And this is actually a super nice car, super nice car. I'll get it pushed out away from the wall. I don't think it has a battery in it. I think I stole the battery out of this, put in Junkyard Dog, and then I took it out of Junkyard Dog and I put it in Alice, and then it's hard telling where it's at in the shop now. So we'll hunt that up and see if we can get this old girl running and driving. So give me a second, we'll get her pushed out of this corner. We'll open her up, I'll take you for a tour around the car and in the car, and then we can see if we can get her going up the road today. Maybe do a burnout. All right, hang tight. Make sure my friend the snake isn't in here because I haven't actually looked through this car. And you talk about someone screaming like a little girl if the snake's in here. Get her out here where she can breathe a little bit. They were light little cars, I'll tell you that. All right, well, got her out. We'll go ahead and get you off the stand over here. We'll walk around, take a look at the car, show you all about her, and then let's see if we can get this girl running and driving. And judging by the mold and the dust in here, granddaughter's gonna be cleaning on this car today because it is nasty. All right, hang tight a second. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and take you kind of around the outside of the car, and then we'll kind of get on the inside, show you what's going on there. Some pretty cool stuff in the hatchback of this car, if I remember right. But aside from just being a dirty mess, the car is super, super straight. Still actually has brand new tires that were put on here by that gentleman. And I've had some comments on these wheels. They think they're hubcaps, and these are actually American Racing aluminum wheels. When I first bought the car, I had a couple gentlemen that sent me private messages over just my regular Facebook page. This is before the YouTube and Busted Radio Garage and what have you. Told me that the wheels were actually worth more than the car. I just don't understand that. But anyway, told me to never sell them, blah, 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 which I haven't. I never bought the car to part it out or sell anyway. But that's some people think they were hubcaps, and that's just not the case. They're actually American Racing wheels. When I bought the car, it actually came with the factory wheels and hubcaps. Yes, hubcaps. Here's the factory wheels down here that I still have. And the hubcaps to the car are somewhere. Bear with me. They're actually right over here on the wall. Those there are the factory hubcaps that actually came with the car. So it's kind of cool. We held on to all that. But anyway, nevertheless, but with the exception of that little whiskey ding there on the side, car doesn't have a scratch, piece of rust, dirt. I mean, dirt, obviously, but just a beautiful car. Paint's still beautiful. Just absolutely love it. And I'll tell you the reason I love these cars when I was a kid. I'll go ahead and get you in here. Y'all remember the TV show Knight Rider, right? With Kit. The Firebird had the talking TV screens and, you know, the car talked to you and whatever. So I remember as a kid, my mom brought hers home, and I thought this message center was super cool. It just reminded me of, for some reason, Kit when I was a kid. But anyway, 5-speed. Cassette, AM, FM radio, AC, got the little message center there, which I still think is cool. It's got the clock, thermometer. I mean, this car had everything. It's got the tack, you know, speedo. I mean, it had just about everything with the exception of the turbo. I mean, everything else is here. But she's been sitting so long, I mean, you can just see the mold and stuff that's just her mildew, rather. I don't think it's like mold per se, but moonroof car. But manual crank windows, no power. Got power mirrors, power locks. Back seats I don't think have ever been set in. I just don't think they have. I don't think they've ever been set in or used. I know it looks kind of probably weird on this camera, but I mean, the interior's like brand new. Gentleman just didn't use the car other than maybe go to the grocery store. It's got 71,988 miles. And it's what, 40 some years old now? Just crazy. All right. See if we can get you in the hatchback here. I think there's actually a lever up here for it. Yeah, so you got your fuel here and your hatchback here. So pull that switch. And this is where I'm wondering if my buddy might be, so we're gonna be a little careful on this. Get this oil filter out of the way. Just gonna approach this a little slow. right, here's what I thought was cool. Who remembers these? You remember like 10, 15 years ago, you had like the headlight blackouts you could buy for your car? These are actually the ones that came with the car. And as you can see, these little tabs, there's one here and one here. These actually mount into those tabs, and it has like the Superbird front end on them. You know, it just completely blacks out the headlights, which is super cool. And these are actually original to the car. I don't suppose the gentleman maybe ever put them on at all. I don't know, but those actually came with the car. This is what's super cool. He's actually got a factory, I guess, giveaway or a factory option bra, a bra for the car. And it's still in the box, people. Still in the box. Back here, that's slick. Bunch of auto manuals for the car. Original floor mats are still back here. Some spare parts that came with the car, not sure. Here's even the license plates and the paperwork still to the car. I never even took it out. But look back there. I mean, it's like, it's brand new. I mean, any of you know hatchbacks, people use these things to haul everything. And this would be all scratched up from groceries or hauling around whatever they hauled back in the car in those days. But this is literally, by the looks of it, has never been used. It's just crazy. It just needs a good cleaning and ripping up the road. That's it. All right, I'm gonna get some of this stuff off here. I mean, I've got more car covers than I do shirts, and that's saying something. Let's get under the hood and I'll show you what's under here. This should still look brand new as well. Well, let's see if I can get it with my big fat fingers. Yeah, there she is. I mean, dusty, but I mean, like brand new. I mean, look how clean all this is in here. Still like a brand new car. They're just so cool. They're just so cool. Fender tag, still there. Y'all zooming on that, if somebody out there is a Daytona guy or gal and they want to try to decode that. But yeah, but everything is still here. Every bit of it. Wheels I love. Those aren't going anywhere. But if any of you win this car, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the car, you're going to get everything in the back, you're going to get the original wheels, tires, hubcaps. I may go ahead and have the fender fixed and repainted for the winter. If not, maybe if they like it just for the story, we'll just give you the car like it is and give you that fender over there. All right, enough of the yap on that part of it goes. Let's see if we can get this old girl running and driving. I'm fairly certain it has, I'm fairly certain it has no fuel. And I've got to find the battery, and it is hard telling what car that is in here. But we'll find it. Here, check out these cobwebs. I know this is sad for me, especially as a car owner, but look how long that has been sitting there. I mean, it is just cobwebbed up like crazy. All right, cool. Let's get her running, see if we can drive her. Hang tight. All right, guys, the first thing I'm gonna do is obviously I'm gonna check the oil, make sure everything's in there that's supposed to be in there, make sure it's any count, especially after sitting all those years. And then we'll see if we can get her fired up and see what she does. It's not too bad. Might need a little bit of a changing, but we'll see if we can get her running first before we get into all that. Doesn't smell like fuel or anything. For sure doesn't have any water in it. Try not to block the view here. You got all this area here, you know what I mean? You kind of block out things. All right, everything looks decent as far as the oil and stuff goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to hunt up a battery, which I think is an Alice, the Barracuda. We'll throw a battery in here and we'll see if she'll fire anyway. And we're gonna throw some fuel in it because I seriously doubt if it has any. All right, guys. Ended up stealing her battery back from another car. So we'll go ahead and get this put in here. Make sure we get it hooked up right. I know a lot of people like to tell you what kind of battery they're putting in. This is just a Napa brand battery. And to be honest with you, I used this because it had a Napa battery in it when I bought it and it was still under warranty. So it was bad. Napa gave me a brand new one. You can't beat them for that. And I should have took this bolt out before I put the battery back in there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the lockdown plate back in for the battery because if we drive this, I don't want the battery falling out and hitting the fan, and that wouldn't be pretty for anybody. Hope everybody is having a good weekend. If it's raining or you're just bored and kicked back on the couch, that's awesome, I don't blame you. You got a little extra time today, just go through my playlist. Watch all the videos you can. If you like those, go ahead and hit that old subscribe button for me. Helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm, keeps these videos coming. All right, we'll go ahead and hook everything up, make sure we don't have any fires anywhere. So far, so good. Snug up this ground a little bit. Leave the positive a little bit loose because I gotta hurry up and jerk her off there. See if we got power. And we've got lights, awesome. Well, so far we got power and lights. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some fuel in this. We'll see if she'll pop off. That's so cool how that pops open like that. All right, we'll see if she's got any fuel, which I doubt, so we'll put a little bit in it. My goodness gracious, that's a cobweb. Still plays the tune though. Put a couple gallons of fuel in it. And good night, this stuff is expensive. It's crazy what this stuff costs right now. I think there's probably 2 gallons in here. That ought to be good enough. Get us up the road a little bit. That's assuming she'll run. It ran and drove rather, when I bought it. I didn't test drive the car at all when I bought it. I just pulled it onto the trailer and drove it home, pulled it off the trailer, put it in the shop, pulled it out to take that one video and put it back away. So I've literally got less than 1 mile on this car as far as driving goes. That ought to be good enough to get us in trouble. Fortunately, I live out here in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have to worry about a whole lot. All right. Well, for crying out loud, get back here. I'm not gonna lie to you, that kind of stinks. Shut her down here and see what she does. see what happens. Well, maybe. Oh, she tried. She tried. Come on, baby. Boy, you can't beat that with a stick. Dude, yeah. Well, I'm gonna let her here sit here and get hot for a second, or get some heat on the engine anyway. In the meantime, we'll get all this stuff off the top of the car, get the old hood shut, and then we'll see if we can take her up the road a little bit. I'm confident the oil is okay. We'll get her out, move around for a little bit. We'll get out and change on the oil if we need to. Cool, awesome. This is so cool. I love it. I love it. You get bit by the bug for cars or vehicles or anything that brings out your mechanical ability or something like that. It's just, this is awesome. Let's see how she does, guys. Tires that haven't had air put them in 2 years. Can barely see through the dust of the windshield. But we're gonna go see how she does on the road. Got my wife out here mowing. Now I'm playing with cars. Brakes are squeaking. Probably for just not being used. Fix this camera, this is looking jankier and all get out. Hope you all can see this all right. Let's go see how she does. Running my dog over. Well, this car is so fun to drive, it's ridiculous. Get out of my neighbor's driveway. Just ridiculous after all this time how well this runs. I'm an idiot for letting it sit like I do, because I mean she just right now just wants to go. This is awesome. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I think I got some flat spots in the tires. You can hear back just talking away. This is an awesome little car. Like I said before, fuel prices keep getting crappy like they are. We are going to be driving this to work until I give it away to one of you people. Running like a champ. Boy, she runs like a scalded dog, boys and girls. She really does. We're sitting in that shop for 2 years. And then, well, essentially sitting in the shop for 5 years, because again, I haven't done anything with it. But if you'd like a chance to win this car or some of my other cars, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. You don't have to buy a shirt. You don't have to buy any merchandise. You don't have to go through any song and dance. You don't have to do any of that. We hit our first 25,000 subs. As soon as we do that, we're giving away a car. Subscribers that are torn between this and a Corvette as the first car giveaway. Then we're going to do one at 50,000, one at 100,000. I think it's one at 500,000 and one at $1 million. And any of my cars are up for grabs. I mean, I could give away Linda, I could give away Alice, I could give away Homer, I could give away some cars you haven't even seen yet. It's hard telling, but all you have to do is sub to the channel. And this thing is a ripper. I mean, it just gets on up the road. Loves to drive. Gonna have some more footage on this in the future, I think, because I'm gonna take this to work a few times. This thing is just fun. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my granddaughter and my wife to getting this cleaned up before we put it back away. But that's gonna be it for this episode. If you guys haven't done it yet, make sure to hit that little red button in the corner to subscribe to the channel. Check out our other platforms at Facebook, Instagram, and we also on Facebook have a group now just for subscribers where you guys can get in, talk to each other, ask for advice, hang out, do whatever. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. we are live on YouTube, and every Sunday at 8 p.m. we do free giveaways. I mean, we've given away signs, shirts, stickers, my goodness, we've given away just about a little bit of everything. And now in this Sunday's episode, we're giving away some cool items. Our friends over at TNF Signs hooked us up. So we're gonna be giving away some of those items from them. All right, boys and girls, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.